Hi, good evening, and this is Purple Power Live for Monday evening on the West Coast. It's a little bit past 7 o'clock in the evening. And thank you for joining me on your second stimulus check, your second stimulus package. Big developments on the second stimulus in the CR tonight. Major developments. If you did not watch check, it's in the pinned comment below. Please watch that video because I know you all watch afternoon's check. It was a very well watched video, but there were big developments thereafter that got into evening's check. And tonight, there's even more updates on this live recording tonight since check was taped, since evening check was taped. So, boy, where is everyone from tonight? Tell me where you're tuning in from tonight. From Northern Arizona, says Charlene. Where is everyone else from? North Carolina and San Jose, Oklahoma, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and there's Tonya from Georgia in the IG. I'm simulcasting tonight in Instagram again. Wisconsin, Rhode Island, Cartagena, Colombia, Illinois, Van Nuys, California, and then Texas, Wisconsin. Wow. Minnesota, Connecticut, Florida. Hello from Shannon. Kingman, Arizona, Delaware, Louisiana, Minnesota, Louisiana. In New Jersey, in IG, and San Bernardino, Middletown, New Jersey, and Buffalo, New York, in IG, Colorado, Kalamazoo, Georgia, Delaware, Shingleton, did I mispronounce it? Calexico, California, Sedona, Iowa, Southern Illinois, Boston, MA. There you go. El Monte, California, Middleston, Michigan. And then we have people in the room from Los Angeles and IG, Sacramento. IG has a lot of West Coast people in the room. Washington State, New York, Georgia. Can Sirloin get his stimulus faster? Atlanta, Georgia, North Carolina. Anyone else international tonight? Philadelphia, Kansas. West Virginia, Imperial, Missouri. There we go. There we go. Indiana, LA County. I love that. West Virginia. And we always, Puerto Rico. Ray Mercado's joined us again from Puerto Rico. Hello, Ray, again. Anyone else international tonight? We had some people, boy, all the way from Russia to Brazil cookies to really far out. We had people in Iran last night. It's just an international group. So there we go. Oregon and Boston, baby. And Mars, Indiana. That's a little bit far, Mars. And then in IG, where are people from IG? Moorhead, Kentucky. Well, there you go. Really exciting. Texas, Ohio, Oregon, and then Phoenix, Arizona, Southeast Oklahoma, and Quintero is in the house. Well, if you're joining me on Stimulus tonight, boy, a lot of breaking developments. First, let me give you the breaking developments that were covered in check on your second stimulus check. That's the evening's check broadcast, which had big developments since even afternoon's check. I'll give you the broad overview of it, but watch it in the pinned comments. The big broad overview was really four things going on. One, Mitch McConnell has this provision that concerns liability insurance that no one likes, and he is going to the mat for it. So if he goes to the mat for it, it will cause no deal to occur. That's the first thing. Second, major force is underway for the stimulus check. Republicans and Democrats, House and Senate, are coming forward saying, who wrote this junk bill? I don't support this. There's no stimulus check in there. So now a lot of the major forces in the Senate, major senators who have big social media accounts, who are very well known, have said, I'm not voting for this unless there's a stimulus check in there. It's as simple as that. So now we have gone from 2-3 days ago where we were worried that anyone would argue for a stimulus check to now where the major forces are saying, get a stimulus check in there or else. That is the major change. The other change is that they are worried that Mitch may go to the mat for this liability provision that ultimately may cause no CR to ever get approved. Now, the backdrop to that is they could take stimulus out of the CR and just do CR with no stimulus, because if Mitch is really going to say no, yes or no for this liability provision, then we don't know what's going on. What's also happening is that Senator Cassidy is just a hot mess express unto himself. He today said the president is supporting the problem creator's $900 billion bill. The president is not. He's supporting Mitch's $500 billion bill. He said that almost everyone's supporting the problem creators bill. They're not. They're actually not supporting the problem creators bill. Thank you, Quintero, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. And anyone else that also super chats an IG, which now has an IG super chat function, thank you as well. The president is supporting Mitch. He's not supporting the problem creators. Next, the claim that there's a lot of support for the $900 billion is untrue. First of all, no Democrat supports it except Nancy Pelosi, potentially, and we don't even know if she really does. Two, a lot of Republicans don't support it, and you saw that with Josh Hawley tonight. He does not support it, and he made it clear that the president needs to veto it if it ever gets close to the president. So that was that. A lot of major developments, and then this tonight. Tonight, between evening's check and now, a major change, which is Mitch McConnell on behalf of the Republicans and Steny Hoyer on behalf of the Democrats have, according to one news report, only one, but this is a site that generally gets things right, is reporting that they're going to do a 1-week extension. That's what the report is claiming tonight. That as early as tomorrow evening, they will put it to a vote for a 1-week extension. I just think that stalling it for a week is just a lot of mess. There's a lot of problems with that. One of the problems with it is your stimulus check would come after Christmas. That's the first problem. Second problem is that a lot of people's unemployment benefits are running out by the 27th of December. And so that's not good. And the other problem about it, and this is sort of the major problem about it, is why are you extending something if you just don't have an agreement? I mean, if you just don't have an agreement and you're never going to have an agreement, then that extension serves no purpose. And ultimately, if Mitch wants a liability provision in there no matter what, well, then clearly there will never be stimulus in the CR. Just take the stimulus out of the CR and just do a CR, and then we're back to no stimulus again, and then we do it in January. I mean, why are you sort of trying to put stimulus into a CR only to say it's only my stimulus or else? Well, wait a second. We've done that with Nancy for 7 months. Now we're doing it with Mitch this time. It doesn't really work. And I've never heard President Donald Trump really support Mitch's liability provision. It's just, this liability provision is so insane that apparently the reports claim that Mitch was trying to get a 6-month liability provision as the negotiation thing. Yeah, nothing retroactive. It's just, so if you're not going to agree upon anything, why delay this for a week? If you're just not going to agree on everything, just go on lockdown or shutdown. Or if you're just not going to ever agree upon anything, then just take the stimulus out of the CR. I mean, it's at this point, it's looking silly. It's looking ridiculous. Now, what's also looking ridiculous is that they seem to not want to figure things out on purpose. Am I saying that clearly? They don't want to figure things out on purpose. It's like they inherently don't want to figure things out. It's like it's like when you are given a puzzle and you look at it, it's like, figure out the puzzle. No, I'm going to go have coffee. It's like, well, see if you can figure out this puzzle. No, I'm just going to go have coffee. So you have UI and PUA expiring in just a few days. Are you going to fix it? Why don't you do a standalone bill for UI and PUA? No, we got it's just okay. We can just figure out UI and PUA so simply. No, no, no. Okay. How about the stimulus check? The stimulus check. There's $600 billion of CARES Act one money at SBA. That's two stimulus checks. Use that. It doesn't raise the $900 billion. Doesn't cost anything. No, we don't want to use that. Yeah, well, we don't want to. Wait a second. This is going to cost you. Well, everything they say doesn't make any sense anymore. And it's sort of like someone just said. It's sort of like they're smoking. It's sort of like they're drunk. It's sort of like they're drunk. It's like they're saying things that don't make any sense anymore. And when they try to make a story for something, then the story doesn't make sense. So and it's very hard for me to report on it for you. Someone just said stall tactic. I don't think it's a stall tactic. I just think it's no, it's not a stall tactic because stall tactic means they're waiting to do it another time. I don't think they're waiting to do anything at another time, but what the particular person wants to do. It's like one person wants to do this thing, and then the next person wants to do this thing, and unless you do that one person's thing, then nothing happens. uh, it's just I can't figure them out sometimes, and so I may have gotten this wrong as to no extension. I thought they would never do extension, but now they just embrace an extension, and it's just like. So the reason why I'm telling you this tonight is you need to be on social media. You know what I'm about to say. You need to be on social media and make it very clear that don't do an extension. Don't do an extension. You saw my tweets at Cassidy all day long. Don't do an extension. Shut it down if you can't get an agreement. Either give a stimulus check or shut it down. I mean, it's just crazy. And there's Edward from the Philippines. Thank you for joining me from the Philippines. They're in denial. They are in denial. They just can't figure it out. All right, so now let's turn to some CARES Act 1 money. As you know, Purple Power is always about CARES Act 1. I want to get you money from your state and your cities and your counties. So ultimately, this is why I'm here, because Congress can't get it done, so I get it done with you. If you had, as we start CARES Act 1 now at the 12-minute mark of this video, if you've had success stories on CARES Act where some organization has gotten you rent or some place has gotten you rent, drop in the comments until I see it. Keep on in the screen until I keep on seeing it, because your information helps other people. Let me recap what we know tonight. These are for the private. These are for the private national charities. In Mississippi, Mercy House, rent. Home Saver, rent. Salvation Army, that's Mississippi. In Philadelphia, $4 million stimulus package is coming out. In Indiana, indianahousing.org apparently is helpful. And in Indiana, also 211 apparently is helpful. In Las Vegas, Clark County Services are behind, but they are doing rent. In Kentucky, Community Action Agency is doing utilities. In Pennsylvania, United Way. In New York, One Shot. In Michigan, Salvation Army. In Arizona, New Leaf for you rent and utilities, and Georgia for United Way. So with that, let me also recap where we are on states, cities, and counties that are announcing new stimulus, state stimulus, rent stimulus, and utility stimulus. First, Georgia, all the major counties in Georgia. So you got Gwyneth and DeKalb and Atlantic City, then San Diego County, then the whole state of New York, the whole state of New York. Then you got New York City, you got Houston City, and I think I got it all. I think I got it all. Then New Mexico, massive stimulus coming out. Orange County in Florida, massive stimulus coming out. Oh, I forgot one. Nashville, Tennessee, new rent stimulus announced today. That was from one of the volunteers. Thank you for that information. And also Colorado rent stimulus, major stimulus as well. Food, rent, and utilities in Delaware, 211. So WR, I brought a pen on set today, so I got to take notes as something comes out. So for the Delaware person, did you actually get the food, rent, and utilities 211? That's really good information. If anyone else has success with something, um, definitely share it as well. Thank you for the people in the IG as well. One person just said, "I'm calling Georgia right tomorrow." Chrissy said the same thing. Um, Project Bravo. Someone just said something about Project Bravo. I missed what the question was. Keep watching LA. He's trying to help everyone. Well, thank you, Susie Grissom. And Lycra, thank you, Lycra. How about Arkansas? Arkansas, same thing. Usually it's your city, your county, or state housing authority. How about Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania, United Way. One viewer got a lot of rent from Pennsylvania on this channel. What about Washington State? Yes, someone got money in Washington State. Ohio. Yes, a viewer got rent from Ohio and is now one of the volunteers. So, hello, Sandra from Puerto Rico. Wow, we have two people from Puerto Rico in the room tonight. So the new community page is news.la.com community. I should just come to set with props, I guess. News.com/community. Okay, so it's news.com, news.la.com/community. News.la.com/community is where the new community page is located. And there's 9 volunteers there for CARES Act 1 and 1 volunteer for EIDL. There you go. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah, there should be stuff in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. How about California? California, San Diego County for rent and then utilities across the board. Philippines is in the house. I missed who it was. We've had 3 people from the Philippines usually on this show, so I can't remember who it was. Aloha from Hawaii, says Esta in the IG, and Frizzy says, "How's your ear?" It's better. It was starting to hurt a little bit a second ago. You saw me almost take the thing out because it was starting to hurt. How about Dana, uh, Caledonia, Wisconsin? I would think it is. Someone said something about Bravo again. I missed it. If I missed your comment, put it in the screen again. Hello from Mexico. ¿Cómo estás en Mexico? Where in Mexico? ¿Dónde está en Mexico? Uh, then Virginia. Yeah, someone got a lot of rent grant in Virginia. Nevada, Clark County paying rent. Colorado. Colorado getting stimulus checks. I think it was 375. Um, Pasco County, Florida. Check your county's website. I don't know Pasco particularly, but check your county's website. Big Spring, Texas. Hello. How about Texas, Louisiana stimulus checks? I don't know of any. I don't know of any Louisiana stimulus checks at the moment. Hello from Delaware. Delaware, where someone just said call 211 at rent, utilities, and food. So that was really exciting. Bonito. So gracias, Quintero. Illinois. Someone has gotten rent in Illinois. Chicago. Texas 211 for utilities. So I'm going to write that down. Someone said Texas 211 for utilities. Ultimately, what I always tell you for utilities is you call the utility company directly. Um, Thank you for giving back to us, folks, your broadcasting info and help improve. Well, I appreciate that. Is Texas still helping around Houston? Houston is back doing rent. Hi, Colorado 375 for check for unemployment. Okay, thank you. Delaware has gone code purple. Your Spanish is not that bad. Anything in New Jersey? New York rent grant. Yes, one shot for New York City. Project Bravo for utilities in El Paso. Oh, that's what it's actually called? Okay. So El Paso, it's Project Bravo. I thought it's the new show coming to TV. Project Bravo. Okay. Interesting names we got here. Chase Mortgage has a COVID mortgage forbearance. What was the Chase thing? Can you put that on the screen? That's really good. Someone just said something about Chase Mortgage for if you're having problems with COVID. That's really good. I haven't heard anything great about that. Purple Taco. I got a 211 lady in Kalamazoo. She's going to be watching. Hello from Indiana. Crossroads, Rhode Island. $2,500 for rent. So Crossroads, Rhode Island. Oh, I just missed the Chase thing again. I was just about to write down the Crossroads, Rhode Island. So that's a new one tonight. Thank you, the person in Rhode Island. This is incredible. So Crossroads, Rhode Island's for rent. Someone got 20 something $100, 2,000 something for rent. Missouri in the IG room. Missouri is utilities, but in St. Louis is also rent. Thank you for the super chat just then. Um, the person with the Chase thing, can you post that again? Because that was really helpful. Riverside County utilities, but someone had said something about Riverside for rent, which was sort of exciting. Um, First time in the chat, I watch you every day. Well, thank you, Norma. If you're just joining me for Purple Power tonight live, this is the chat that goes over state stimulus, Chase Mortgage Program. Just call them. Okay, wonderful. So this Purple Power Live is the program that goes over state stimulus and all this all that's involved, whether it's state stimulus check or state rent stimulus or state utility stimulus. Being a Mitch goes live about unemployment, like PUA, FPUC, and UI. And sometimes I go live on holidays, LA, which goes over your check for middays. Anything in Houston, says someone in the IG. Street music, yes. So Houston City is doing it. Before that it was Catholic Charities. Catholic Charities, I think, is gone for Houston, but now it's for the city. New York State is doing HEAP for heating grants. Yeah, I heard HEAP was everywhere for heating grants. What's important to understand um, is that when you have utilities, just call it the utility company. Virtually all major utility companies are doing something. In Texas, yeah, so far um, I only have Houston, but Catholic Charities has helped a lot of places in Texas before, so I would not be surprised if they're not doing other parts of Texas. Rhode Island Housing Authority, $5,000. Okay, so we got two Rhode Islands tonight. Housing Authority. So that's exactly what I tell viewers. I will say it in this recording because I haven't said it yet. When you're looking for rent, you want to look at your city, your county, your state. But I also say I want you to look at your city housing authority and your state housing authority. And when you're looking at them, if your city puts a different organization out there for low income issues, then look at them as well. Are we getting a stimulus check before Christmas? Well, we're going to find out tomorrow if Mitch and Steny uh, do a 1 week extension of the federal CR bill. Because if they do, then you're not going to get a check before Christmas because it's too late. It would come the 27th or 28th at the moment. Really awful. So you need to be on social media and make sure you make it loud and clear. Don't let them tell them not to do an extension. I don't care what they call it, just send the checks. I love that. Is California sending out stimulus checks? I would never believe that California sent out a stimulus check. It's too many citizens in the state. Rent grants for Kentucky. Yeah. So if you're just joining me, let me go over my notes so far on states. So New Mexico, Colorado, stimulus is coming to you. Maryland, some stimulus is coming to you. And then Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, stimulus is coming to you. Then we have cities and states that are doing rent stimulus that is brand new. They are Nashville, Houston, state of New York, city of New York, San Diego County. Then in Mississippi, reach out to Mercy House, Home Saver, Salvation Army. Again, Mercy House, Home Saver, Salvation Army. Indiana, use Indiana Housing ORG or 211. Las Vegas, use Clark County. Kentucky, use Community Action. Pennsylvania, use United Way. Way. New York City used One Shot. Michigan used Salvation Army. Arizona used New Leaf. Georgia also used United Way. Georgia's counties are also doing it, rent stimulus. In Rhode Island, we learned tonight, use Crossroads, and also use Housing Authority. In Delaware, use 211. In Texas, use 211. In El Paso, use Project Runway. Heap everywhere for heating and Chase for mortgages. Really good news. Orange County, you're getting a stimulus check. Jay Pine. Yeah, there's a stimulus check in Orange County again. They've done this a few times. It may have been used up. It was just about a few hours ago. Louisiana State Housing Authority and Urban League, I believe, for Louisiana. Kansas has rent assistance. Good, good, good. Can I get anyone to help put it out on Ohio? So one of the volunteers does Ohio because that person got an Ohio rent stimulus. And in Instagram, there's a lot of emojis at the moment. They're just like emojis after emojis. Uh, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. Go to the front channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the alert button so you get an alert when a new video goes live. If you did not watch Evening's Check, which was right before this video, I pinned it in the comments to this video, and it's also in the pinned comments to the super chat. Watch Check. You can click on it, it'll open in a new window. It's a very big, important broadcast. You know anything for Nashville, but not for Memphis. Yeah, I don't know anything about Memphis yet. Why was I tagged? I don't know who you are. Uh, I just got $5,000 for ID. How did you get it? Really, congratulations. Wonderful news. So someone got $5,000 for ID. Thank you for $2,000 for PA. Wow, really exciting. State or county are giving nothing yet in Michigan. Well, viewers have gotten rent in Michigan from Salvation Army. Thank you for the super chat, Patricia. That was so kind of you. LA, any stimulus in Arkansas? Haven't heard anything directly yet in Arkansas, but definitely check. Alabama, yes. Viewers have gotten big rent in Alabama. State Housing Authority, and I think it's Political Action Group or Urban League. I can't remember. Kentucky, yes, Kentucky. If you're just joining this recording and you did not miss you missed the companies that are privates that are paying rents that I said at the beginning of the broadcast in my notes, you can rewatch this when it's over and just play it back, or you can toggle the back button and listen to it. I repeated a few times throughout the recording. Montana, I had something about Montana. Where my Montana note went. I had something from Montana. It might have been United Way. I had a note the other day from Montana. Me and my girl love your show. Well, thank you so much. New York State, whole state has it. Urban League, yes. There you go. I'm from West Virginia. What part of are you? Oh, so there's a whole West Virginia chat in the IG room. I'm simulcasting Instagram tonight, and there's a lot of people in the IG room. Yes, reach out to the volunteers. I want to make I want to say I want to make a very clear message though right now. So everyone please pay clear attention. And please also tell this to all the other people that watch with you, friends that you see in this chat. There are some very bad people that go on YouTube across different channels, and they try to jump in the comments and try to get you to interact with them to buy Bitcoin. And they're scammers. They're scammers. And so they're very bad people. And so one viewer said that there's a person jumping in the comments that is trying to have you, participate in their Bitcoin theme. There are people who made videos about this, videos on YouTube about the people that are scamming in the YouTube comments. This channel has blocks on them. But ultimately, what I want you to understand is this. The community page, which is at news.la.com/community, lists the 9 or 8 volunteers' names and their Twitter handles. And those are the volunteers. If someone reaches out to you, says, I'm a volunteer, and you have not visited the community page, you should not interact with them because apparently some people are trying to manifest themselves as something they aren't. So you reach out to people. Don't have people reach out to you. Understand how it works? You reach out to the volunteers and they will respond to you. Don't accept unsolicited communications from third parties saying, hey, I'll help you get a stimulus check. It's very sad. And there you go. I can't get to the through to the community page. You can now because it's a separate web page. A lot of people were saying they were having problems finding it on YouTube. So I launched a new community page, which is news.lalate.com/community. It's on the LLA website, so it's off of YouTube. So that it makes it easier for you to get in there and just go right through it. And apparently it's working. The EIDL volunteer said the surge today was just enormous. It was just like, boom. Oh, I just got $5,000 from Idaho. Okay, so where did you get it in Idaho? How's my ear? It's better. It's not great. Um, here's a not related to stimulus word of advice. If do not get sick for anything over the next 3 weeks. I don't mean you stub your toe or you cut your finger. Don't get sick for the next 3 weeks, 3 months, because it is literally impossible to get doctors anywhere for anything. Today, the wait time to get a doctor on the phone, I think it was over 2 hours just to get the phone, to just get the front desk on the phone. 2 hour wait. And then, so don't get, and doctors are advising people about this. Just don't like stub your finger or trip your ankle or just don't do anything for 3 months because there are just no doctors anywhere. So are they going to do a check before Christmas? Jeannie, the answer is we're going to learn tomorrow, but it looks like potentially not before the 25th of December, if that's what we're saying is Christmas, which it is. No, it looks like they're trying to not do a stimulus check before Christmas. They're trying to do one after Christmas. Awful craziness. Still Missouri utilities and stimulus checks in St. Louis County. What about you don't get sick for 30 years? Someone said someone in IG said just don't get sick for 30 years. I love that. Yeah, Ohio. We have a volunteer specifically from Ohio. Good thing I had surgery already. Yeah, just don't do stupid things and get injured. Just don't get injured for 3 months, please, because there's just no doctors anywhere. I went to the ER the other day and I sat for 3 hours. See, there you go. I mean, I literally just called a phone number. I couldn't get through at 7:30 in the morning for 2 hours. It was just, it's not a good situation. Uh, do you have a volunteer for Rhode Island? We have so all the volunteers do all the states with the exception of one that only does Ohio. So all the volunteers do all the states. Riverside, I mean, someone had said there was a rent for Riverside, but I know there is utilities. Michigan in the IG for Melanie and in Instagram, Michigan Salvation Army, help in Louisiana. Yeah, State Housing Authority and Urban League in Louisiana. Um, I want Mitch to pay the check. I do too. Um, ultimately your forces. What's making the check situation a little bit confusing tonight is we were just dealing with Cassidy today and his fake narrative. We could deal with Cassidy. We could just push him into a corner because there were so many people in favor of this check. There's so many people in favor of the check, so you just push Cassidy in the corner. But then suddenly, now we have this problem about the liability provision, and then we have the problem about it giving extension and rolling it over for a week. So now we have like a problem on top of another problem, and it's sort of like, which one is going to happen? Dog or cat person? Both. There's some YouTube channels. Oh, there's one YouTube channel I follow that has a dog and two cats. I don't miss one video. Just I don't miss one video. And then I look back to the old videos, and it's like it's insanely good. It's addictive. I can't imagine. Uh, so well, there you go. Buenos noches from Colombia. Where do I buy wax lips like you have on? It's the light is really strange tonight. It's the reflection. I noticed it. I didn't like the way it looked. It's not on Instagram, but it's on this one. Um, I think it's the Blistex because my chips are my chips my lips are a little bit chapped, and for some reason it's making it look strange on there. But whatever. Uh, Philippines. So with that, stay with me. I have big updates tomorrow morning about your second stimulus check on early mornings LA. What I want you to know is that there's a lot of twists and turns, and so nothing is sort of unraveling yet. So stay with me. We have a lot of major developments across the board, and you know, one article saying they're going to give an extension. That's just one article. Don't know what to say. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay of LA for more.